The musicians of Bremen. The sun had just sunk below the horizon when the rooster began to crow from the top of his coop. His mournful cries sent the whole farmyard into confusion. Is it morning already? Asked the cat, lifting her sleepy head. It's not yet, said the dog. Why are you crying at this time of the day? Asked the donkey, looking out of the shed. I'm crying for the last time, explained the rooster sadly. Only I overheard the farmer telling his wife to throw me into the cooking pot tomorrow. The animals were shocked. Why do these people think they are? They treat us like animals, they exclaimed. The farmer is always kicking me and calling me lazy, said the dog. And he beats me if I don't think I can pull his cart enough, added the donkey. His wife's mean too, said the cat. She wants to get rid of me because I'd rather curl up by the fire than go out catching mice. But the four creatures stared angrily at the farmhouse. The farmer and his wife was just sitting down to their evening meal. We don't have to put up with this any more, declared the donkey. Let's run away to Bremen to join the town musicians. What a good idea, said the rooster. You can sing bass and the dog can sing tenor and the cat and I can sing soprano. The others agreed. They watched and waited until the lights in the farmhouse were turned out. Then, in the dead of night, they stole into the moonlight of the farmyard and crept down the lane and into the moonlight forest. The animals walked deeper and deeper into the forest until they came to a small clearing. Perhaps we should rest here, suggested the donkey. So he and the dog lay under a tree while the cat curled up in the crook of a low branch and the rooster found a perch right at the top. Can you see Bremen from up there? Asked the dog hopefully. The rooster scanned the horizon. No, he called on, but I can see a light up ahead and it's coming from a cottage. Let's see if the people there might offer us some shelter for the night, said the donkey. It is rather cold out here, said the cat. Perhaps they'll let us sit by their fire, and maybe they'll give us a little something to eat, added the dog, his stomach growling. So they made their way to the cottage. So they made their way. So the donkey, being the tallest and the bravest of the animals, peered into the window to see what was going on inside. What can you see? Asked the rooster. There's a big table spread with kinds of delicious food and drink, he replied, and there are some mean looking men sitting around it, counting big sacks of money. If it only it was in there instead of them, sighed the dog. It can be, said the donkey. He gathered the animals into a huddle and told them his plan. He stood at the window on his hind legs with his hoof puffed popped up on the sledge. Following his instructions, the dog climbed up onto the donkey's shoulders. The cat jumped onto the dog's back, and the rooster flew up to the perch on the top of the cat's head. They all held their breath, trying to keep their balance until the donkey gave a signal. Now sing, the donkey brayed, the dog howled, the cat yowled, and the rooster crowed, all at the top of their lungs. The noise was so loud that it shattered the sun. The animals burst through the window. The men who were robbers leaped from the seats. "Ah, we're being attacked by a four-headed monster," one of them screamed. "Run for your lives," yelled another. They shot out of the house and dived for cover in the undergrowth among the trees. The animals made themselves comfortable in the cottage and started eating the robber's feast. When they had eaten and drunk their fill, they found each place to sleep. The cat settled in a rug in front of the fire and lay down on the mat by the door. The donkey found a soft pile of straw in the yard, while the rooster flew up onto the roof. Before long, before long, they were all sound asleep. Heading out the forest, the robbers began to feel cold and uncomfortable. The chief robber said, "Perhaps we shouldn't have been so hasty. I'm going back to see what's happening there." He crept into the cottage and tiptoed inside. It was so dark. He stubbed his toe on the table leg and mugged the cat amid the gloom. He saw the cat's eyes shining by the fireplace, and though they were the last glowing embers of the fire, so he crouched down, tried a match from them. The cat didn't kindly take being poked. Yeah, she flew at his face, spitting and scratching. The robber jumped back in terror, tripped over the dog, who sank his teeth into the man's leg. As the robber stumbled blindly into the yard, the, and the donkey booted him to the backside with his hind legs, the man yelped in pain, and the donkey brayed back at him. All the commotion woke up the rooster, who flew down from the roof in a flurry of feathers, crowing a blood-curdling cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo. Scared out of his wits, the robber went straight back to his gang. "What happened?" they asked. "First a witch spat at me and scratched me with her talons," he told them. "Then I was stabbed by a knife-wielding fiend. After that, a big black beast beat me with a club, and a bloodthirsty vampire flew after me, screeching, 'I'll get you, I'll get you.' I only just managed to fight them off." The robbers never dared to go near the cottage again. In fact, they left the forest that very night and never returned. They left behind so much food and the money that the animals lived the rest of their lives in luxury. They ate and slept and sang whenever they wanted, but they never did make it to Bremen. The end.